Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Let's get right into the free agent signings. A lot of stuff has happened in the last week, and a lot of things do not make any sense to me yet. So, let me show you what I mean. Steve Blake goes to the Lakers for the mid-level exception. Not a terrible deal, but I would have liked to have seen the Lakers strive for a better guard like J.J. Redick. The Magic get a nice, capable backup for Jameer Nelson and Chris Duhon. He'll play some defense, he'll get the team into the offense, so pretty good. As expected, Yao Ming did not opt out, so he'll finish up his contract the last year getting $17.7 million from the Rockets. Shockingly, the Timberwolves like Darko better than Jefferson. They gave him a 4-year deal for $20 million, and they're trying to shop Al Jefferson. I really don't understand what's going on in Minnesota. They had some nice young pieces, Al Jefferson being the brightest, and they're trying to get rid of him now. Here's another weird signing. I don't like Drew Gooden that much, and they didn't overpay for him, but I thought they had a nice team. They had Richard Mbah-a-Moute doing fine at power forward, so this one's a little bit of a scratch your head. More important for the Bucks, they re-signed John Salmons, which is a great pickup. He did very nicely for them on both sides of the court. However, there's now a logjam with Corey Maggette and Michael Redd coming back as well. No surprise here, Dirk Nowitzki was very loyal to Mark Cuban and signed an extension for 4 years and $80 million. Here's a big red flag to me. How is it possible that Carlos Boozer doesn't get max money? He was in line for at least $96 or $97 million for 5 years. The only explanation for me is that they've assured him that they're going to pick up another player for the Bulls, and it's most likely going to be LeBron James. If there is another explanation for this one, I am all ears. Otherwise, Carlos Boozer is an idiot. A great preemptive strike by the Grizzlies, signing Rudy Gay to a 5-year contract. He is worth every penny of it, as he is one of the bright young stars who can play defense, he can score, and he's tough. New York gave up on getting Bosch pretty quickly, so they signed Amari Stoudemire to a max deal. How is it possible that Carlos Boozer doesn't get the same kind of deal? Blows my mind. That said, New York still has room to sign somebody else. Will it be LeBron? It looks that way for sure, and that means that this team is going to be a little bit better than Cleveland, but I'm not so sure it'd be that much better. And it's possible that the Atlanta Hawks are going to regret signing such a huge contract for so long to Joe Johnson. If he continues to do what he's doing, it's not a terrible deal because you want a guy like that, but it could be an albatross in a couple of years if he doesn't perform. So let's get down to the real deals here. Wade and Chris Bosh decide to go to Miami with no pieces in place. And it makes no sense to me because they easily could have gone to Chicago, gotten the same deal, and had some serious pieces around them and contend for the championship right away. The only way that makes sense is if LeBron James is also going to Miami, and they know that since they're friends. Now, Chris Broussard of ESPN.com is reporting that, in fact, he is leaning toward going to Miami. It'll have the big three there, and then they're going to have to desperately fill those other roster spots. And they'll probably do something because some of these other veterans will be willing to take the minimum to go play with them. But again, it doesn't make any sense unless they know that LeBron's going there. Now, the other thing that makes absolutely no sense is Carlos Boozer signs and for $20 million less than he could have gotten on the open market to go to Chicago. The only way he does that is if he knows somehow that LeBron is going to Chicago instead. And I know he's friends with LeBron from the Cleveland days, so it's possible that that's going to happen. But everyone seems to think that LeBron is going to be going to Miami. And that's the only thing that makes sense for me as far as the Bosh-Wade decision. But again, what are the Bulls going to do? They're not going to sign Ray Allen, who just signed with the Celtics. So there's a lot of downfall after those free agents. So I don't know what Boozer's thinking he's going to get with them, but it clearly ain't going to be LeBron. We shall see tonight what's going to happen. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for our next breakdown at B-Ball Breakdown. Because remember, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.